Good afternoon, everyone. This is Frank Brown, along with Mike Halpern and Jim Perry, reporting to you from Walton Field at Haverford College, where we are just moments away from the kickoff in this big Swarthmore Haverford football game. It's a bright, crisp afternoon here, perfect for football, and the field conditions are excellent, the best we have encountered on the road all this year. This is a crucial game for the Garnet, which comes into the contest with a 5-0 MASCAC record and a 5-1 overall mark. A win in this game would give Swarthmore the MASCAC crown for the first time. However, a loss would give the title to Dickinson, which has already finished its season with a 7-1 record. Haverford comes into the game at 2-4 overall, 2-2 in the conference. Against common opponents, well, there are 5 of them. Swarthmore beat Dickinson 16-12. Dickinson beat Haverford 33-8. Swarthmore beat Franklin and Marshall 18-9, and F&M beat Haverford 28-16. Swarthmore lost to Hamilton 15-0 in a non-conference game. Hamilton also blanked Haverford 34-0. Swarthmore beat Hopkins 35-6. Haverford beat Hopkins 36-16. And Swarthmore squeaked by Ursinus 14-13. Haverford beat Ursinus 22-6. Swarthmore leads in the series of this game, having won 32, lost 18, and tied 5. This game is also for a Hood Trophy point. Swarthmore has already taken the first 2 Hood Trophy points of the fall, winning in cross country last weekend and winning in soccer this morning against the Fords 2-0 here, where Tom Grubb and Dick Scheinman scored the goals. And now, here is Mike Halpern with the probable starting lineups on offense.
Thank you, Frank. For Haverford, starting at quarterback will be number 14, Dan Murphy, a senior from Trumbull, Connecticut. At the halfback will be Sam Porecka, number 21, and number 22, Pete Fassell. At fullback will be one of the co-captains of the team, Don Uri, number 32. At center, and here's a switch. Tillman Saylor will not start. He's a senior co-captain. But Ed Sleeper will start at center, number 51, and he's a freshman. At the guards will be number 61, Larry Root, number 66, Brian Kurt. The tackles will be number 74, Jim Alcott, and number 65, Vince Trapani. At the ends, number 80, John Ho, and number 82, Jeff Stevenson.
We're set for the kickoff. McCurdy will kick for Swarthmore, deep to receive for Haverford, our Porecka. And Porecka is going to take it at the 10. He's come to the sidelines, the 15. He's tackled before he hits the 20 by Wilbur Streams. We'll get the Swarthmore lineups as soon as we get a pause in the action.
Tony, lock the gate, please.
The ball is spotted right now for Haverford on their own 24-yard line. First down, 10 to go. They come out of the huddle. Murphy is the quarterback. He calls a signal. Hands off to Porecka. Porecka goes across the 25 up to about the 27 or 28-yard line. He's at the 28. Pick up a 4 yards, so it will be second down and 6 for Haverford from their own 28. We have Porecka in the backfield for Haverford, also number 22, Pete Batsell.
Frank, there's a penalty on the play. The right side of the Swarthmore defense was offside, so that makes it a 1st and 5 situation from the 29.
Don Uri is a Haverford fullback set directly behind Murphy. Murphy calls the signals. Hands off to Uri going up the middle. Uri across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Gain of 4 yards will be...
Pick up a 4 on the play. It will be second down and 1 to go for the Fords on their own 33-yard line. Haverford out of the huddle, set at the line of scrimmage at 2nd and 1 on their own 33-yard line. In motion is Porecka to the right, handoff to Uri. Uri going up the middle. He has the first down. John Stewart makes the tackle, but the ball is on the 35, 1st and 10.
Frank, let's spot the defense. Rich Yeager is the right defensive halfback, Taylor Cope the left, Wilbur Streams is in the middle, Dick Kamen, Andy Weinstein, Jim Flack, and John Stewart are the linebackers.
Murphy brings the team out of the huddle. He's calling signals. He pitches to 22 Batzel, who is in motion to the left. Batzel misses the ball. It's a fumble. Everyone falls down way back on the 20-yard line. It's recovered by the quarterback, Murphy, but it's a big loss on the play. Mike Murphy pitched that ball behind Batzel instead of giving him a lead.
The loss was 14 yards on the play.
14-yard loss on the play, so the ball's on the 21, second down and 24 to go for Haverford early in the game. It's set. Murphy rolling left. Is across 25 to the 30 and goes out of bounds. Let's see where they spot the ball. He was driven out of bounds by Buell Layden and by Eric Blumberg.
Murphy driven out of bounds by Lombard.
Well, they spotted on about the 27.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Or 20,
22.
23, excuse me. Gain of 2 on the play. Third down, 22 to go. Haverford out of the huddle. They're set at the line of scrimmage. Trying to get a drive going. Murphy calling his signals. Goes back, he hands off to Parecka going around the right side. Parecka to the 30. And that's the 30 he is driven out by number 83, Taylor Cope.
That's good pursuit, Frank, by Taylor. Parecka's pretty fast, but Taylor rode him out of bounds before it could turn upfield. The front four for the Garnet on defense are Joe Thornton at right end, Layton playing tackle next to him, Blumberg, and Apfeld on the left end.
Ball is on the 33. Fourth down, 13. Newman drops down single safety. Uri will punt for Haverford. The kick is partially deflected. It's a weak kick coming down around midfield. And Haverford downs the ball on the Swarthmore 47-yard line, 46-yard line. First and 10 for the Garnet on their own 46. Let's see if we can spot them on offense. Summerton is the quarterback. Newman, Sass, and Yeager set in the backfield. Kamen is flanked out to the left. Summerton hands off to Ray Sass, the fullback, going right up to midfield. Brian Kurtz making the stop on that play. Gain of 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Garnet from midfield. Swarthmore out of the huddle to the line of scrimmage. Summerton calls his signals. Backfield shifts left, putting Newman in the slot. Summerton hands off to Yeager. Yeager drives up off the right tackle slot to about the 45-yard line, going straight ahead. 5-yard gain for Yeager, so it will be 3rd down and 1 for Swarthmore in the Haverford 45.
3rd and 1. On the Haverford 45-yard line.
3rd and 1 for the Garnet. They're set at the line of scrimmage. Quick count. Summerton handing off to Sass. Sass goes up the middle to about the 42-yard line. First down, Swarthmore on the Haverford 42 and a half. Swarthmore out of the huddle will call the ball on the 43-yard line of Haverford. 1st and 10. Backfield shifts right, so Yeager is flanked out right. Kamen split out left. Now Yeager comes in motion left. Summerton rolling right. And he is hit as he gets down to about the 41-yard line of Haverford. Tackled by Brian Kurtz. Ball spotted on the 41. Pickup of 2. It will be 2nd down and 8 to go for Swarthmore.
Frank, we have a few of the linemen in there now. 81, John Norman. 73, Minnow Williams. 65, Steve Hamilton. 64, Jim Flack.
Summerton sets the line of scrimmage. A quick count, hands off to Newman, trying to go around the right side. And he doesn't pick up any too much. Well, picks up 1 yard to the 40, so it will be 3rd down and 7 to go for Swarthmore.
3rd and 7 for Swarthmore. On the Haverford 40-yard line.
Team comes out of the huddle. They're spotted on the Haverford 40. Summerton calls his signals. Backfield shifts right. McCurdy is in now. Somerton goes back. He's throwing. It was intended for Norman, and it goes out of his hands at about the 34-yard line.
It's a rough break, Frank, because there was a completed pass and it was a first down, but John couldn't hold on to the ball. Steve Gessner is now in at center. And Bob Nussbaum is playing the left tackle.
Somerton will punt from his own 45 as Parecka drops back in single safety. So low pass in center, but Somerton gets it away. It's almost blocked. Parecka waiting for it. On about his 5, he drops the ball. The ball is loose and Parecka falls on it back around the 5-yard. Swarthmore's ball. Parecka did not get it. A big break for the Garnet, and the Swarthmore fans go wild. We might mention that there's quite a contingent here, Mike. And this is a real big break for Swarthmore early in the game. Who fell on it? Did you catch it?
I think it was Dick Kamen. I'm not sure. Yes, I think it was Kamen.
The ball spotted on the Haverford 7. First and goal for the Garnet. Somerton set at the line of scrimmage. Calls the signals. Backfield shifts right. Yeager is way out on the right. Cope in at flanker. Handoff to Newman. Goes up the middle. Across the 5. They spot it at about the 3-yard line, so it'll be second and goal for the Garnet from there.
4 yards on the play. Then have a 2-yard line. Second down.
Somerton set. Hands off to Yeager. Coming across to the left. Yeager is tackled by Uri just after it gets to the cross line of scrimmage. Gets down to the 2-yard line. Third and goal for the Garnet from the Haverford 2.
Frank, we might see a short pass here if I can read the play here. Wilbur Streams has come in at fullback for the Garnet.
Okay, here we go from the 2-yard line. Somerton calling his signals. He's rolling to the right. He's going to pass. He passes. Touchdown to Yeager. Touchdown to Rich Yeager in the right side of the end zone.
Well, it looked like the Garnet might try one of these short passes, and they did. And we go ahead 6-0 with approximately 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Zach Pfeffer now will try the extra point.
Hollister will be holding. The ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And it's Swarthmore 7, Haverford nothing.
Well, Frank, that was a good break for Swarthmore when Parecka dropped the ball. Kamen played very heads-up football, as it seemed like he took it away from him when he tried to pick it up again. And the Garnet capitalized and put it across. Yeager is now has, 6 touchdowns for the year, or 5 or 6 touchdowns?
Something like that, Mike. He's been doing quite a job. Everyone's up for the kickoff, so we better too, or we won't see it. McCurdy will kick for the Garnet. Deep to receive are Loshus, Parecka, and Batzel. Haverford. Here comes McCurdy, and here's the kick. It's a short kick. Parecka takes it on the 15 to the 20, cuts to the left side to the 25, and he's brought down across the 35. Across the
34, brought down by number 8.
Well, they spotted on the 34. First and 10 for Haverford, tackled by Dick Kamen. So Haverford takes over. First and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Haverford set at the line of scrimmage. Murphy calls signal. Hands off to Parecka, trying to turn the right side. And he is racked up at the 35. We see Weinstein and Taylor Cope in on the tackle, and they really hit him from opposite directions.
Good solid tackling there, Frank.
Second down and 9 to go for Haverford from their own 35-yard line. We're in the first quarter. Swarthmore leads the Ford 7-0 in this big, big football game. Set at the line of scrimmage. Murphy calls the signals. He's rolling right, and he throws. He has Batzel at the 45. He's driven out of bounds at about the 48 by Taylor Cope, who was covering on the play. And it's a first down for the Fords on their own 48.
Frank, that was a good play. Murphy rolled to the right, and just when it looked like it might be a run, he popped that short pass to his halfback who had swung off there. And he had a whole middle zone between the safety and the end. They're all free.
First and 10.
Haverford says it's the 48. First and 10. Hand off to Pareca going up the middle on a draw. He gets to about the Swarthmore 48 before driven way back by John Stewart. Stewart really rocked him backwards about 4 yards, but they'll spot it at the point of forward motion, which is the Swarthmore 48. A gain of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6 for the Fords. In Swarthmore territory for the first time. Murphy calls signals, he rolls right, throws to Batzel has it at the Swarthmore 41. He's driven out by 64, Jim Flack.
Frank, same play again, where the halfback looped into that area, and again he was wide open as you saw. Tom Kaufman has come into the defensive line at end, and number 88, Joe Thornton, is limping off to the far sideline.
It's another first down for Haverford on the Swarthmore 41-yard line. And they come out of the huddle. Murphy again calls his signals. Batzel set directly behind him. He hands to Batzel, going right up the middle, and Batzel drives all the way down to about the 36-yard line. Another spotted on the 37, tackled by Eric Blumberg.
Second and 6.
Pick up of 4 yards on the play. Second down, 6 to go for Haverford. Murphy calling his signals. He's rolling to the left this time. He's looking to throw. No one's free. He's going to run with the ball. And he gets to about the 35, brought down by Dick Kamen. Ball spotted directly on the 35-yard line. Pick up of 2. It's third down and 4 to go for the Fords. Hold everything here.
Timeout on the field.
There's timeout.
Number 61, Eric Blumberg, was shaken up on that play. And Joe Thornton has gone in right now. Frank, with 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter, it looks like Haverford's putting up a pretty good drive here, mainly with the quarterback rolling to the right and to the left, rather than going straight back, because in the previous games, anybody who's dropped back has been smeared.
They've been using the pro-type sideline pass to Batzel effectively. So he gets the ball about 5 or 6 yards from the line of scrimmage, cuts right out in front of Taylor Cope. It's a hard play to defend against.
See, Dick Kamen is going off to the sideline, and number 10, Dick McCurdy, is in. So we're having wholesale defensive substitutions here. See now, Apfel, Kaufman are the 2 left side linemen. Thornton and Layton are the 2 right side linemen. Number 86, Andy Weinstein, Flack, Stewart, McCurdy are the linebackers.
Haverford set at the line of scrimmage. Murphy calls the signals. He's rolling out to the right this time. With Urey leading the blocking, he crosses the 30. No, well, he gets just to the 30-yard line, where he is met very hard by Andy Weinstein, but it's a first down for Haverford on the Swarthmore 30, and the Fords are driving.
Frank, what's happening is that our ends are not boxing these plays, and they're carrying right around the ends, and once they're around the end, they have a pretty good option of either running or flipping a short pass. So I'd say our ends are going to have to play a tougher ball.
Well, Haverford stands are erupting in noise. Both stands are full to the brim. And Haverford set at the line of scrimmage. Batzel goes in motion to the left, takes the pitch out. He crosses the 30 to about the 28-yard line, where he is knocked down by Jim Flack. Also McCurdy in on it, and also John Stewart. Well, as they spot the ball on the 27, pickup of 3. It'll be second down and 7 to go for Haverford on the Swarthmore 27. About 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter, and the Garnet leads 7-0 here at Haverford. Haverford out of the huddle. Murphy under center. He's calling his signals. Pareca drops into the slot at the left. Now Murphy rolling to the right. He's looking to throw. Now he's running to the left. He's throwing for Pareca. Pareca drops the ball right near the goal line, on about the 10-yard line. On that play, Pareca started out as if he was going to lead the blocking for Murphy. Then Murphy changed direction. Sam suddenly took off downfield, waved his arm at him, and, well, he dropped the ball.
Frank, there's a penalty on the play, 15 yards, which probably be illegal receiver downfield. Yeah. On that play, Tom Kaufman dropped off at defensive end, and I think he stopped the primary pass because this was to be a pass across the field back to the left, and he dropped off and covered the man, and that forced Murphy to sort of ad-lib, and he almost got a touchdown out of it.
That's right, Mike. They spot the ball now on the Swarthmore 43-yard line. Murphy sets. Line of scrimmage, he calls the signals. He's going back to pass again. Straight back, rush put on by Weinstein, who has him. By Thornton, rather, on the Swarthmore 42-yard line. What a rush.
Frank, this is what I said earlier. If he drops straight back to pass, this is going to happen most every time. As long as he rolls, they have a pretty good chance. But you saw Joe Thornton just bust right through there and grab him. So they're going to have to go to those rollouts.
Third down and 38 yards now for Haverford on their own 42-yard line. And you can bet they're going to go to the air on this play. Murphy calls his signal. Back he goes. Oh, no. Rushford on. He throws. He's throwing for Gleason. Intercepted by Taylor Cope on the 30. Cope up almost to midfield and across midfield. Tackle finally by John Howe, and it gets down to the Haverford 47, and that breaks up the drive rather effectively, Mike.
There's a penalty on the play, Frank. Hold everything. On that play, number 22, Frank, Spatzell was free by about 10 yards down the right sideline, and he was really free, but it was a poor pass, and Taylor Cope came across to make a good interception. Now, what's the penalty? Let's see what the story is. The Garnet has the ball, but there was clipping on the play, so that puts it 15 yards back on the Garnet 43-yard line. First and 10.
Mike, on that play, Haverford and Tom Trapnell were shaken up.
Pretty tough kid. He's back in there.
And now Swarthmore has the ball on their own 43-yard line. First and 10. Summerton calls the signals. Hands off to Sass. Up the middle.
Number 25.
He goes for about 5 yards to the 48-yard line. I'll call it forward to the 47, so it'll be second down and 6. About 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first quarter. Swarthmore leads 7-0. And since that drive has been broken up, the fans have suddenly become quiet. Backfield shifts right. Summerton calls the signals. Hands off to Newman. Newman turning the right side. He's to midfield. He breaks free to the 45 and is finally racked up as he crosses the 45. He's brought down by 66. Brian Kurtz. They spot the ball down on the 44-yard line of Swarthmore. First and 10.
Frank, that was a fine individual effort by Dick Newman. He made 7-8 extra yards because he spun away from 2 men. That's the type of ball he's played all year, too.
Garnet out of the huddle. They have a first down. Summerton calling his signals. Cope is flanked out left. Summerton hands off to the fullback. Ray Sass goes for about 1 or 2 yards, tackled by Don Urey. Gain of 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Swarthmore on the Haverford 42-yard line.
Frank, I think John Summerton may throw one on this play again. We'll see.
Backfield shifts to the right. That puts Yeager all the way out on the right. Summerton, hands off. It's a fumble on the handoff. It was intended for Newman. Haverford falls on the ball. Number 71, Dave Watts, fell on the ball. Newman never got that handoff.
Well, I wish he had thrown the ball on the play, but no, Dick had it, but he was hit pretty hard, and he was off balance, and the ball fell away. So Haverford gets the ball back in pretty good field position with about a minute and a half to go in this first quarter.
Haverford has it 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line. The breaks are going both ways.
1st and 10 for Haverford.
And the forwards out of the huddle. Murphy calling the signals. Pereka in motion right. There's a flag on the play, and Pereka is racked up for a loss.
Frank, Andy Weinstein and Bula Layton played that beautifully on the left side, but I think Joe Thornton jumped offside on the right side on the play, so that cost the Garnet 5 yards. That was very well played by Weinstein and Layton.
Offsides against Swarthmore, it'll be 1st down.
It is offsides against Swarthmore. Moves the ball 5 yards up to the Haverford 49, where the Fords have it 1st and 5. They're set at the line of scrimmage. Murphy calls signals. Hands off to Uri. Uri going around the left side, and he gets all the way down to the Swarthmore 38-yard line. Finally tackled by Taylor Cope. He's down to the Swarthmore 37, 1st and 10. And you talk about great individual effort. He sure had it on that play, as he seemed to be stopped after a gain of 1 or 2, then hurdled the line. Haverford quickly out of the huddle. Murphy rolling right. With Uri blocking, he hits Batzel on the 30. Batzel to the 25, to the 20, and out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Out of bounds on the 16, 1st and 10. We'll call it the 17, 1st and 10 Haverford.
Taylor Cope again made the tackle. Frank, that's the same play, and the safety has got a lot to cover, and this guy is looping in under him free, and we're going to have trouble with that play unless somebody picks up how to defend it. All right, there's a timeout now, and we need it.
Well, they tried to shake us up on that play by breaking to the line of scrimmage so quickly, and I think they did. We didn't look set up as they started that play.
Well, it's the same play that they have been using, and we're simply not ready for it yet. It would appear that what they're doing is moving the linebackers on that side completely out of the play and then having 20 yards to maneuver their halfback. If you can hear across the field, I don't know, that's the loudest Swarthmore crowd I've ever heard, and the best organized, too.
A great loud, quick yell coming from over there. You might have heard that kill, kill, kill in the background. It's nice to see so many people out at the game. WSRN is glad to be bringing it to you. Into the game is Tom Kaufman, replaces Joe Thornton. Haverford breaks the line of scrimmage on the 17, 1st and 10. Murphy calls the signals, hands off to Uri. Uri gets maybe 1 yard. Tackled by Bull Layton and by Tom Kaufman. As he tried to go just to the left of center. Thornton now goes in for Kaufman. Tom in for one play and help make the tackle. Now it's 2nd down and 9 to go for Haverford on the Swarthmore 16-yard line as the defense tries to dig in. And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Swarthmore 7, Haverford nothing. The Swarthmore touchdown came when the Garnet forced to punt. Thornton punted, and Sam Pereka took the ball on the 10, fumbled it immediately. Dove for it on the 5, missed. It was recovered, we think, by Kamen. It was hard to tell. And Swarthmore took over on the 7. Newman ran it 4 yards to the 3. Yeager took it 1 yard to the 2, and then Summerton passed for the touchdown to Rich Yeager. Pfeffer kicked the extra point, so right now it's 7-0 Swarthmore. But Haverford is threatening. They have a 2nd and 9 on the Swarthmore 16-yard line as the second quarter is about to get underway.
Frank, the pressure is going to be on the linebackers here down close to the goal line. McCurdy is the outside linebacker on one side, Weinstein on the other, and John Stewart and captain Jim Flack are the inside linebackers, and their reactions are going to be very important in this series of plays.
On the 16-yard line.
Haverford set from the 16. Murphy rolling to his left. He's setting to throw. He's throwing long. It's broken up. It's intercepted in the end zone by Taylor Cope. And Cope is up to the 10 to the 15.
Number 83,
Tackled by Brian Kurtz.
66.
Frank, what happened was that Murphy went back to pass. He had all day. He looked, finally threw towards Batzell. Andy Weinstein was in range there, and he jumped between two receivers and hit the ball up into the air. Cope, coming across the field, picked it off and ran it back a few yards. So here we go again.
Swarthmore's ball. First and 10, Somerton. Hands off to the fumble. Haverford recovered. Pete Loescher fell on that ball. It looked just as though it was being handed off again. The timing for the Garnet in the backfield does not look very good. Haverford has the ball now. First and 10 on the Swarthmore 20, so they're right back in trouble again, Mike. Murphy calls his signals again. Turns around, hands off to Parecka. Parecka fumbles the ball himself, but around the 15. And Swarthmore has the ball. Mike, this is amazing.
Wilbur Streams decided to loosen the ball up there. He made a good tackle on Parecka. And Dick McCurdy and two other fellows, let's see, it might have been Stewart and Layton, I'm not sure, fell on it. McCurdy didn't know he had it, so he sort of rolled over it. And we had it. Three of our men had the ball, so I wonder who's going to get it next.
Well, I hope we hang on for a while. We have it first and 10 on our own 16-yard line. Backfield shifts to the left. Somerton hands off to Newman. Newman breaks free to the 25 to about the 30-yard line. And that'll be a first down for Swarthmore. He loses a shoe on the play to the 31-yard line of Swarthmore. First and 10 for the Garnet.
It's a delayed play, and it worked very well. Somerton faked to one of his backs, held up, and then gave it to Dick, and he went right through the middle. And it was only the deep secondary that stopped him.
Swarthmore set at the line of scrimmage again. Somerton takes a snap from center. He's rolling to pass. He passes. He has Newman on the 40. And Newman is to about the 42-yard line. Tackle on the play by Jim Ritter. Newman took that right on the sideline about the 40.
Frank, that looked vaguely like the same play they worked on us 3 or 4 times, where the halfback sort of loops into that short area. Didn't it look like that to you?
Yes, I think so. The ball is now spotted on the 43. First and 10 for the Garnet. Somerton takes the ball. He hands off on the delay to Newman. To McCurdy. McCurdy doesn't pick up. Well, he picks up 3 yards on the play.
I mentioned that Fred Montgomery is in at the right end now in place of John Norman. And Dick McCurdy's in the backfield. Let's see who's he's replacing. Rich Yeager.
Second down, 7 to go for Swarthmore in their own 46.5. Somerton hands off to Newman. Newman going around the right side. He gets to about the 49, tackled by Dave Watts. The ball spotted on midfield now.
Frank Taylor Cope is in at flanker, replacing Dick Kamen. Taylor's come up with, 4 interceptions now in the last 1 1/4 games.
Third and 3.5 for the Garnet from midfield. The backfield. Shifts left. Somerton rolling back to throw. He throws for Newman, and Newman can't hang on at about the 43-yard line. Defended on the play by Pete Loescher.
That was a similar play to what they ran for completion to Dick. But that time it was a little overthrown. He couldn't hold on to it. So now we're in another punting situation, and maybe we can get another forward fumble of about 40 yards. Parecka's going to drop back in single safety. John Somerton's going to kick.
10.5 minutes left in the half. Pareca standing on about his own 13-yard line waiting for the kick. Summerton gets a good snap. He gets it away just in time. Pareca takes it at the 20, and he is down right there.
Brought down on the 20-yard line.
Tackled on the play by number 25, Ray Sass, and 65, Steve Hamilton. And Haverford has the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Frank, John Summerton put on a pretty good act about roughing the kicker, but it wasn't on that play. So Haverford takes over.
Haverford on the 20-yard line.
The Fords come to the line of scrimmage. Swarthmore leading 7-0. Murphy hands off to Uri. On a delay, Uri going around the right side, and he's to about the 29 or 30-yard line. He's to the 29, a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Almost the 30-yard line.
That was a play to the left side of the line. Uri stood there. The play seemed to be stopped, and then he cut back and went all the way across the field to the right side. Somebody didn't put it across the clinching tackle there, and he got 9 yards out of it.
Ford set, 2nd and 1 from the 29-yard line. Batzel goes out flank right. Murphy hands off to Uri. Up the middle, Uri carries for 2 yards and the first down.
That's first down to Haverford.
Ball now spotted on the Haverford 31, 1st and 10 for the Fords.
Eric Blumberg, who was shaken up earlier, is back into the middle of the Garnet line on this series.
The Haverford Kazoo Band, which you remember from last year, is now in business in the background. Murphy sets the line of scrimmage. He pitches to Batzel. Batzel racked up at about the 30. He gets up to the 37-yard line. It looked like he was stopped on the 33, but he kept twisting forward before Streams and Stewart could finally stop him.
Fine second effort again. That's 2 out of 3 plays that they've gone for about 5, 6 extra yards.
Oh, spot the ball on 36, pick up a 5, and it's 2nd and 5 for the Fords on their own 36-yard line. We have 9 minutes left in the first half. Haverford set. Murphy hands to Uri, driving right up the middle. And I believe he has the first down. Oh, it'll be close.
Brought down by number 61, Blumberg.
They're calling for a measurement. The ball is on the
Timeout.
around the 40, 41-yard line.
For the official measurement.
Frank, on that alignment, they had a very wide flank and then a man in the slot, and Uri behind the quarterback. And that opened up the middle quite a bit, and he was able to go through there for those 5 yards. They didn't make it. They're short by, what, 1.5 feet?
Only about 5 inches, I think. It was very close. Might just hand to Uri again up the middle. He seems to have the power that way. We'll see. They come out of the huddle, third and about half a foot. And it's a quarterback sneak by Murphy. He has it. He gets about to the 43 or 44-yard line. If he makes that first down with plenty to spare, they spot the ball on the 43, 1st and 10 for the Fords, and they're moving again, Mike.
On the 44-yard line.
Their play calling has been very good so far. They've kept their Garnet defense off balance for the most part. Now they're switching from those rollouts towards a more, up the middle game.
That's right, they're out of the huddle. Here we go again. Murphy calling his signals. He hands to Uri. No, to Pareca. He doesn't get anything.
No gain on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Good stunning by the linebackers on that play. They gummed up all the open holes, and as you saw, he got nowhere.
Ford set now, 2nd down, 10 to go. Murphy with a quick count. He's rolling to his left to pass. He's waiting, and he runs out of bounds way back on about the 37-yard line of Haverford.
Garnet's playing a waiting game on that, except for Joe Thornton on this side. Everybody sort of hung back, and everybody was covered. And then finally the lineman started moving up cautiously. He had no one to throw to, so he wisely ran the ball out of bounds. There are approximately 8 minutes to go now in the first half, with the Garnet leading 7-0.
Ball is spotted on the 38 for Haverford, where they have a 3rd down and 16 to go situation. Murphy, steady, he's calling his signals. He fakes and he's going to go back to pass again. Rush put on. He's going to throw from his 30. Throwing long, knocked down by Andy Weinstein and Taylor Cope. Intended for Pete Batzel, and he was covered doubly on that one.
It'll be 4th and 16.
Well, there's no hope on that play. Either Taylor or Andy had an interception if they talked to each other back there, but they both batted it down. So now Haverford's going to have to punt, and Dick Newman is dropping back around the 25-yard line to receive the punt. They shift into punt formation. Uri is a punter. He's back around his 22. It's a bad hike. Gets away from him. And Dick McCurdy tackles him. He kicks it anyway. Weinstein fumbles the kick, and he falls on it, I believe. Andy Weinstein tried to field it at his knees down around midfield, and Andy fell on it. It's on the Haverford 47-yard line.
Flags on the play.
It's the offsides Haverford, and it's declined, the penalty on the play. So the Garnet takes over. 1st and 10. Call it the 47.5 in Haverford territory.
Uri, by managing to get that kick away, saved Haverford a good 17 yards on that play. It was a good effort, and they almost got the ball to boot as Weinstein had it bounce off his knee at around the 45.
Yeah, Dick McCurdy almost had him way back around the 17. All right, backfield shifts to the left. Summerton calls signals. Gives a fake into the middle. Out to Newman are going wide, and he's piled up as he reaches the 46-yard line. He tried to circle the right end. The double fake inside and then a pitch to Newman, and he was piled up by number 71, Dave Watts. He's been making quite a number of tackles. 2nd and 9. Garnet comes to the line of scrimmage. Kamen flanked out to the left side. The backfield shifts to the left. Summerton fakes twice, gives to Newman through the middle. He weaves his way up to the 40-yard line of the Fords, a gain of about 6 on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 3.5 to go for the 1st down. It's a crucial play for the Garnet. Haverford's playing a single deep safety. No, they're playing a 3-deep defense now, and everybody else bunched into the line. Summerton calls signals. He's rolling to his right. He's looking to throw. He throws, and it's incomplete down around the 33-yard line to Fred Montgomery, right on the sideline. So it'll be a 4th down situation. Number 85, Lyle Snyder, comes into the lineup, replacing number 84, Bob Nussbaum.
Montgomery turned around looking for that pass, and just as the ball reached him, John Gleason hit him from behind and knocked the ball away.
All right, number 21, Pareca, drops back in single safety around the 10. The ball is on the 41. Summerton back to punt. He's got it. There's a penalty on the play, a high kick, end over end. Pareca's going to let it bounce. And it's going to roll. Let's see, did they down it? Yes, they downed it on the 1-yard line, the 1.5-yard line. Fred Montgomery was under that kick. It's on the 1. Well, let's see what the penalty is. They're coming back now, and it's against the Garnet. Illegal procedure. Motion on the Garnet. So, Summerton's punt, which was a beautiful kick, is nullified. Now, John's the 2nd leading punter in the league, and that hurts that. All right, the situation now is 4th and about 8.5 from the 45-yard line. Summerton, high pass, boots it. High kick, another good one. Pareca's going to let this bounce. On the 5, it bounces straight up in the air. Montgomery got it 1 yard into the end zone. Too late, and it's going to go back out to the 20. Another fine kick by Summerton.
One more backwards bounce, and we would have had them nailed on the 1 again, Mike.
That was two very good coverage plays by the Garnet, especially Montgomery. About 6 minutes to go in the half. 7-0 Garnet leads. Haverford takes over on the 20. 1st and 10. Okay, Murphy calls signals. Takes the snap back. Gives to his halfback Pareca, who goes forward for no gain as the right side of the Garnet defensive line piles him up. Thornton and Stewart were the defensive men in on that play. Haverford comes to the line of scrimmage again. Flanker out to the right side. Gives the ball to Batzell around to the left end, and he's driven out of bounds by Rich Yeager. A jarring smash, and he's knocked him flat out of bounds around the 27, and he's shaky right now as Yeager gave him a forearm right under the chin, it looked like. He's shaken up. It was a good run up to the 27, and number 20, John Gleason, a freshman from Trenton, New Jersey, 5'6", 148, comes in, and Batzell being administered to on the sideline. And now Haverford is going to take a timeout.
Batzell was still sitting on the sideline. I think he started to forearm to the chin. He got a helmet to the stomach and apparently had the wind knocked out of him. He's been playing a very good game. He's only a sophomore. Now he's up. Gets a good hand. Swarthmore leads 7-0. About 5.5 minutes to go in this first half. We noticed, if you've been reading the athletic bulletin board, you might have noticed the article about the Bryn Mawr cheerleaders here at Haverford. They seem to be making more noise than ours, leading the cheers better. And here we go to the line of scrimmage again.
3rd and 4 from the 26. They spot the ball. Murphy calls signals. Takes it, gives to Uri, the fullback. He goes forward, just short of the 30-yard line. It'll be probably a 4th and about a foot situation. He's just short. He was stopped. So with about 5 minutes left, that looks like a kicking situation as the ball's on the 29.5-yard line. Newman is dropping back. And Uri is going to kick from around his own 15-yard line. No one's back. It's a fake. And I think they got the first down as they hiked it. Yes, they did. It was a fake kick. They didn't even hike it back. They just hiked it to the quarterback, Murphy, who fell into the line of scrimmage for the first down on the 31. The Garnet realized this as Newman came up close. There was nobody deep. So it's 1st and 10 for the Fords on their own 31. And now the officials are taking time. 4-minute warning now. 4 minutes to go into the half. Well, that was a big gamble the Fords took down on their own 29, but they got the first down. Okay, Murphy leads the team to the line of scrimmage. Call signals. He fakes. He's going out to this side. Kaufman misses him on the 20. He's going to pass. Thornton drives him out of bounds back on around the 23-yard line. Good rush by Kaufman, and Thornton on the play broke it up as he rolled to the weak side on the near sideline.
I think our rushers are starting to get used to charging a rollout quarterback. This is the first time we've really been up against a situation like this. The closest thing to it, I guess, was Mirono of F&M, but he still stayed in the pocket as long as he could anyway.
Batzell is back into the lineup now, so he's okay. All right, Murphy's rolling to the left. A long pass to number 21, Pareca. It's intercepted by Rich Yeager on the 43. He's to the 45. He's to midfield. He's to the 45 and into Haverford territory on the 43. And wait a minute. No, there was a fumble, and they rule it was after the whistle. Yes. So it's the Garnet's ball on Haverford's 43-yard line. A long pass that Yeager picked off. The Fords are visibly upset about that fumble, as they thought it was before the whistle. But the Garnet takes over now with another interception on the Haverford 43. There's official timeout Haverford on this play. So with about, 3.5 to go. The Garnet has a good opportunity here to maybe hang another touchdown on the scoreboard. Haverford seems like they may drop these linebackers, Frank, further back on this series of plays. Yeah, I think what they're going to do is drop their linebackers the way they're lining up right now. They have their 3 deep men. Now they pull them up. Backfield shifts left. Summerton calls signals, pitches to Yeager around the left end. He's to the 40, and he's down to the 35-yard line before he's upended by number 76, Fred Glick. 6'2", 220-pound junior from Philadelphia. Second down, 3 yards to go as Yeager bowled down to within a foot of the 35-yard line. Garnet comes to the line of scrimmage. Summerton calls signal. Backfield shifts to the right. Summerton fakes the pitch out, gives to Sass up the middle, and he's inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line for a first down for the Garnet. A fine fake by John Summerton.
John did well in getting off that handoff without any sort of a fumble or something like that, because just as he was handing off, his legs were being pulled out from under him by a fierce rush. He never saw how far Ray went on that one. He was flat on his back.
Montgomery and Cope are the ends. Another double fake, and the handoff to Yeager, who goes just across the 25 to the... No, it's right on the 25-yard line. So it'll be second down and about 8 to go. Bill Tierman, John Gleason, and Bill Lesh are the deep men for Haverford on the defense. All right, backfield shifts to the left. Summerton calls signals. He gives to Yeager straight up the middle, and Rich goes inside the 20-yard line down to about the 19. Bowls his way forward on an off-tackle play to the left.
It would appear that if the blocking is well executed, Yeager's brand of power running would be very effective against Haverford, because we are, to some degree, a larger team than they are. And Yeager's brand of running is just suited for this.
Hey, Garnet comes to the line of scrimmage. Third and about 2 to go. Summerton gives to Yeager up the middle. He falls forward to about the 16, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Garnet. Time becomes a factor now, and John Summerton is calling timeout. The field score clock is unofficial. It says 45 seconds to go in the half. Now the ball is a foot shy of the 15-yard line, so we probably have time for 4 plays.
Mike, this is just speculation, but if the offense doesn't work, we might see our first field goal attempt of the year. We know that Zach's been practicing all year, and this is certainly within the range that he's been kicking them in practice, which certainly gives us an option that we did not have last year. So it's nice to know. We hope that we can bring the ball over anyway before the period runs out and not have to go to the field goal attempt. Summerton diagramming a play in the huddle, and we're just about set to go again. Here's Mike.
Ball's near the left sideline, Frank. We might see a play coming back to the right side. We might look for Newman here. All right, pitch out to Newman around the right side. He's got a block, and he's down to about the 11-yard line, where cut down by number 20, Gleason, and number 61, Larry Root. According to scoreboard clock, time is out, but all right, well, now they say 50 seconds. All right, Summerton calls signals, second down and about 7. He fakes the Yeager. He's around the right side. He's a freeze to the 10. He's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, about the 9 or the 8-yard line. John Wisely ran out of bounds on that play.
Stops the clock with about 36 seconds remaining in this first half. Now we see these time-stopping tactics for, I think, about the first time this year.
All right, it's a third down situation. About 3 to go, I'd say. Crucial series down here at the end of the half. Cope flanks wide to the left. Summerton leads the team to the line of scrimmage, and they've just penalized Swarthmore 5 yards for a delay of the game. Frank, just for our own information, how can you delay the game if time was out?
Well, the refs seem to have found a way.
All right, 3rd and 9 on the 14. Summerton calls signals. Backfield shifts to the left. Summerton rolls to the left. He's snowed under, and the Garnet recovers John's fumble. On the 23-yard line, Ray Sass fell on the ball. No, that's... Okay, that'll make it a 4th down situation. As Summerton was snowed under by 2 guys from both ends on that play. He didn't have a chance. It's going to be 4th down now for the Garnet. And, what, 19, Frank? About 4th and 19?
About that, we have 27 seconds left, and I don't believe that we're going to see Pfeffer coming in. We're going to go for it.
Well, this is an important play as the Haverford defense is being urged by their coaches to hold. And we might see pass to Yeager on this play because Rich caught the crucial pass on the last one, and he might go in under the defense again. Kamen's the flanker for this series. Yeager is out to the right side. We'll see what happens. Summerton. Oh, a reverse to Yeager. He's got blocking. And a beautiful tackle stops him on the 24-yard line. Let's see. Lesh made the tackle. Fine play as he was the only man over on the other side of the field. So Haverford will take over on the 24 on down with very little time remaining in the half. That was a tricky play. It almost worked.
If he had gotten by Lesh, he had clear sailing, at least down to the 10, I think.
And that's the end of the half with the score, Swarthmore 7, Haverford nothing.
Mike, that one touchdown was scored with 8 minutes left in the first quarter as Sam Parecka fumbled a punt around the 10-yard line. Dove for it on the 5. He seemed to have it, but it took one more bounce out of his hands. Someone, we believe it is Dick Kamen, gathered that ball in for the Garnet on the 7-yard line. A 4-yard run for Newman, moved it down to the 3. Yeager ran it 1 yard to the 2. Then Summerton rolled to his right and threw to Yeager in the right part of the end zone, about medium depth, and Swarthmore had the touchdown. Zach Pfeffer kicked the extra point, and the Garnet led 7-0. That's the way it stands at the half.
Well, Frank, with the score 7-0, you can see we're in a ball game today. Last week against PMC, the Garnet was sluggish in the first half and came out and played a tremendous football game in the second half. We hope that'll happen today. But right now, one more half, 30 minutes of football, and the Garnet will win its first Southern Division crown. So that's about it for the first half.
That's right. We'll be wrapping it up right now.